welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Well, today I'm in a very good mood because I get to do a puzzle by Jovial, one of my very favourite constructors. This one's called Doubling Lines, and apparently this is a new rule set that's being investigated heavily over on the Discord server at the moment. It's quite a simple rule actually, so I'm quite surprised it's never been investigated before, but yeah, it looks a lot of fun, and this puzzle I think has got an enormous rating over on Logic Masters Germany, as you would expect, and it's not meant to be too difficult, so we should be in for a treat. I've also spotted, by the way, that Fistamafel himself has released a new puzzle as well very recently, so I hope to be allowed to have a go at that very soon too. Now, anything to mention before we kick off with the rules of this one? Not much, I don't think. I'm planning to stream the next edition of The Witness, my attempt to get through this wonderful, wonderful game, probably on Friday evening, 10 o'clock UK time. So I'll confirm that on Twitter soon. Our Twitter handle is @CrypticCracking, but that is currently the thinking. Other than that, thanks so much to all those of you who've sent in solutions for our Looney Tunes Sudoku hunt. We have been delighted with the response. We'll release the video actually in, well, no, a few more days time. You've got until the 20th to send in the answer to who won the sandwich, and be in with a chance to win the merch. So yeah, after that we'll release the solution video. I've also tried to persuade Mark, by the way, today to have a go at today's Times crossword, which is an absolute beast. So I hope there'll be some bonus crossword content on the channel in the next couple of days as well. And in fact, I tweeted about a cryptic crossword yesterday that was made and sent to me by a friend of mine, a very old friend of mine. It's his first attempt, Phil Howarth. It was his first attempt ever at creating a cryptic crossword, but I tell you what, if you have a go at that, you won't believe it, because it really is a very clever puzzle with a hidden theme that some of you might enjoy. So definitely have a look at that if you've not had a chance to have a go. Now, with all that said, let's get on to doubling lines, and I'll read you the rules. They are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along lines must appear exactly twice along the line. Okay, so that means on this line here, if this was, I don't know, a 1, then a 1, there must be another 1 in one of those three digits there. And there couldn't be 2 1s. I mean, I can see there couldn't be 2 1s because of the cages anyway, but there must be exactly one more 1 on the line. So that seems to be how that rule works. In cages, digits must sum to the small clue in the top left corner of the cage if given. Ah, okay. So those 2 cages are not given, and digits cannot repeat within a cage. So it's normal killer Sudoku, so those 4 cells there have to add up to 16, and what you can't do, for example, is something like that, although that would seem to not break the rules of Sudoku, because these 4s aren't in the same row, column or box. They are in the same cage, and therefore that's not allowed. So don't do that. It's naughty. Do have a go. The way to play, of course, is to click the link under the video as usual. Now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And the first thing I'm going to look for is, yeah, I can see one cage that is actually restricted. This cage down here. That's a 4-cell cage adding up to 10, so that's got to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, because anything higher than that would add up to too many. Now, what next? Presumably, I'm not seeing anything else in the cages, so I guess it's these lines. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at this line down here, because I think we can say something about this. Yeah, this digit. Where does this digit must repeat on the line? And it can't repeat here. That's in the same box and cage of the Sudoku. It can't repeat here, because that would put two of that digit in row 8. So that digit and that digit must be the same. And that's, of course, an opportunity for me to get chromatic immediately. Now, if those are the same digit, I guess those 2 must be the same digit as well. Yeah, and in fact, we could actually see that even if we hadn't done the reds already, because this cell here has to repeat on the line. It can't repeat there, and it can't repeat there because of normal Sudoku rules. So that means red and green have to be in 2 of these 3 cells. Now, can they go on the line? So if they were there, they couldn't repeat here because that's in the same cage. They could, oh yes, right, this is lovely. Right, I understand. Let us think in particular about whether this cell could either be red or green. The answer is no. Let's have a look. Let's just imagine it. We tried to make it red. The logic's symmetrical, so it's the same if we tried to make it green. If we try and make this red, we now have to put another red digit on this line somewhere. Well, we can't put it here. It's tempting, but it's not allowed because this is in the same cage, and that would break the rules of killer Sudoku. So it's not there. It's not there because that's in the same box. So it has to be there where it can't be because it sees red already. And if this was green, of course, that's going to work identically. We'd have to put the green here. It's going to see green in the box. So this square is neither red nor green, which means those two squares are a red-green pair. Now, I'm just wondering, I mean, do we just repeat this? Does this, I presume, just works the same way for every one of these curved lines, which means I'm going to need 8 colours to do these. I have got 8 colours, so maybe we are going to get fully on board with a sort of rainbow solution today. Yeah, that cell there has got to be the same as that cell. That cell's got to be the same as that cell. And do we get this exactly the same logic? Yeah, we're going to get exactly the same logic because this cell can now neither be orange or blue. And this is a... So if this was orange or blue, you can't put orange and blue here, you can't put orange and blue there, you can't put orange and blue there. So that's not orange and blue, which means these two squares are... This one's become complete. So this means that orange... Either orange or blue is the same as red or green because they have to occupy this cell simultaneously. Okay, well, let's carry on with this anyway because I'm quite enjoying it. So this square here has got to be the same as that one. I haven't used yellow yet. These two squares have got to be the same. I've not used purple yet. They transpose here. That one can't go there, so we get exactly the same effect. Now this one as well, I am running out of pretty colours now, so we're going to be using the sludge colours next. Right, those two are the same. Those two are less sludgy, but still a bit sludgy. And therefore, let me just double check there's no rinky-dink here. That can't go there, so it's exactly the same logic. There we go. So we have an absolute multiplicity of colours going on. And is this in any way useful? Yeah, okay, I can see it is actually. Yes, in fact it's very useful. In fact, I may not have needed all my colouring to spot how useful this was, but I've only... Right, I think we've got to combine our 10 cage here with our blue and orange colouring, because those two squares are blue and orange, and they can't be 1, 2, 3 or 4. So, the minimum they can be is 5 and 6, but because of the colouring, they transpose into the 14 cage. So if they're any bigger than 5 and 6, the 14 cage would be broken, because the minimum I could make these two squares would be a 1, 2 pair. That's 3. So I can't make these bigger than 11, so they are 11. They're 5 and 6. These are 5 and 6. These are 5 and 6. These are 1 and 2. I bet you I'm going to have to... I bet you Jovial's almost laughing at me here, because I feel like I might have to do more colouring in a minute with 1s and 2s, and perhaps this 10 cage. Oh, can we do something with the 15? Oh, the 15. Yeah, that must be broken as well now. Not broken, but it must be under. It's under enormous pressure because this digit here now can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So its minimum value is 7. This cell. Yeah, this is the same. It's a similar logic actually. We have to put 1 and 2 into those squares because the minimum I can make red and green add up to, given I have to use a digit that's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, is 5, if I put 5 here, and 7, well, that gives me 12, and that's the maximum. I can't go any more than that because of the inability to put numbers less than 1 and 2 into the other squares. So these are 5 and 7, these are 5 and 7, these are 5 and 7. This is now the 5, this is the 7, and this is the 6. Now, does that allow me to disambiguate? Oh, this is now making me go mad. I don't think I can I? I mean, I know that 5 is either blue or orange, and I know 5 is either red or green, but I don't think I do know which way round that is still. Bother. Oh well, okay. Well, those two squares are 8 and 9 now. Oh, so I probably have to colour these as well, because these have to, whatever that is, has to repeat. It can't repeat in the cage. So those 2 digits are this. Oh, good grief. This is, I almost feel this is a troll puzzle, because I now need more colours. I want to colour in these 8s and 9s. I really do. Let's see if we can get away without doing that. So, what now? What is the next deduction that's going to flow from what we've got here? What do we do next? We shall, whatever that digit is, has to go in one of those 2 squares. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I see. If I had the ability to colour these in, this might be useful. So whatever that is the same as that. Right, yeah. Okay, so we have to imagine some colours here. I haven't got enough colours to use them, but these 2 squares are the same digit. Maybe if I use light grey, I can just about see that. Oh, but I can transpose it over from here, so that's a silly idea. Right, let's actually just focus. These 2 cells are the same digit because of the doubling line rule. Now those 2 digits have to go there, therefore. So they are the black digit. Now these 2 digits are the same, and they have to go there. So these are yellow. Oh, right, here we go. No, I haven't run out of colours. I was just being short-sighted. So that means this is an 8 or a 9, and it means this is an 8 or a 9. Which means this is an 8 or a 9. Now, and this is an 8 or a 9. Yeah, this is quite good actually, I think, because now these digits here transpose either into the 12 cage or not into the 12 cage. Well, they can't go in the 12 cage because if we were to put an 8 in there, the minimum I can make those 3 other digits in the cage would be a 1, 2 and a 3, which add up to 6. So the cage would add to 14, and that's too many. So this square must be the black digit. So we can remove grey from here. Remove grey from here. No, sorry, I need to put grey back in there. That is grey. This, oh no, I've just done it wrong, haven't I? What am I doing? Simon, get a grip. This is grey. This is black, and therefore this one is 8 or 9. Now, this is, yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So now we've got to go back here, I think, to note that yellow is not the same as black. So this now cannot be yellow. And yellow, therefore, must be that digit. Which means that's an 8 or a 9, which means that now I'm going mad, because now I think that black's become purple. Has black become purple? I think it has. Because this square still needs to be either purple or yellow, and we now know it's not yellow. So I think this square means those 2 squares are now 8s and 9s, and in fact I can I can transpose if I want to, and I think I do, because I don't want to have two colours for the same digit. That seems a bit excessive. I'm going to change all of my black digits into purple. But I don't know. In fact, the grey digit here is absolutely not 8 and 9, so I don't get 8s and 9s on this one. I just get 8s and 9s on this one. Right, okay, but now that 22 cage is tricky, isn't it? Because I can't put 8 or 9 in it. 7, 6, 5. Yes, this is forced. That's got to be exactly equal to 4, 5, 6, and 7. That means these squares are a 1, 2, 3 triple to complete the box. Oh, this is beautiful. Now the 12, this Jovial is so good at setting Sudokus. It's not really fair on the rest of us. Now, this square, now we can use this line, because this one has to repeat. It can't go there, it's in the same cage. It can't go there, it's in the same box. So that one and that one are the same, which means this is a 1, 2, or a 3. And now I've got a 1, 2, 3 triple in my 12 cage, which makes that square a 6, to make sure the 12 cage adds up. That is disambiguating my 5 over here, which is blue, so all of these go in. Which means those two squares now are not 5s and 6s, and those two squares are therefore, they are 5s and 6s. Still doesn't look like I've learnt about greens and reds though yet. What's that digit? Oh, that's a 1, 2, or a 3. Okay, well let's label it anyway and see if we can find any more mischief to go about. Oh, I've got a 1, 2, 3 triple in column 3. Oh, this square's got to be a 1, 2, or a 3 as well, I suppose, because whatever that digit is needs to repeat on the line, so it's going to go there. Now, what's that digit then? So this, if we max out this line, we'd get 9 plus 5 is 14. That's a 4. So that's the minimum value of this square. It can't be 5. What's the... If we go 8, 1, 2, on the other hand, that's 11. We need a 7 here. So this is 4, 6, or 7, because it can't be 5. Right, that's nice. I've now got a quadruple on 4, 5, 6, and 7 in column 2, which means the rest of this column needs to have, well, 1s, 2s, hang on, 1s, 2s, 3s, 8s, and 9s. That's not as well. That square here, this square here can't be 1 or 2. And it can't be 8 or 9, because if it was 8 or 9, it would be yellow and transpose here and hit that cell. So hang on. Is this square a naked single, or have I just gone completely doolally? I'm just going to double check this, because this feels strange to me. In fact, the whole puzzle feels strange. So I have got a quadruple on 4, 5, 6, 7. So I know I'm looking for 1s, 2s, 3s, 8s, and 9s. This square definitely can't. So this is 3, 8, or 9. But it transposes here on the line, which sees an 8, 9 pair. That is a 3. Okay, that's a 3, that's a 3. So this is not a 3, which means that's not a 3. Is that helpful? Well, yeah, okay. I seem to have coloured this one in grey. If I trust that, that is a 3 then. Now 3 looks like it has to be here in box 3. This is madness. So that's a 3. 3 now. Okay. Don't think we know. Don't think we quite know where 3 goes in box 6. Look, it looks to me like it can be one of 2 places. So, what else can we do? Maybe I can lock 3. No, I can't. 3 in the middle box. Can't go there because that would be sharing a 3 with the 16 cage. So 3 is in one of those cells. And I think it's time for us to say bobbins. I'm stuck. That's not a 3. No, I'm still stuck. I've got a, I suppose I've now got a 1-2 pair here. Oh, that might be helpful. So looking at this column, I now know where yellow goes. I've got to put a yellow into it. It's got to go there. So that's an 8 or a 9. So yellow is now in the 21 cage, I think. Oh, this is gorgeous. Ah, I should have got this straight away. No, let's take a step back and look actually at yellow and purple, because I've got a yellow-purple pair here and a yellow-purple pair here. So yellow and purple have to go in there in the 21 cage. Now, yellow and purple add up to 17. So this cage must be 1, 3, 8, 9. That's the only way we can make it up. And the 3 is now forced to be there. Oh, this is just ridiculous, isn't it? Now the yellow is forced to be here. The purple is now forced to be here. And that means the 1 must be in the very middle of the grid. Oh, and now I can do my 3s, look. I can put a 3 there in box 8 and a 3 here in box... Have I done all the 3s? I have. All the 3s have suddenly... No, I haven't. But I can. There's a 3 in the corner. And that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. I've got a 1, 2, 4 triple here. I don't know. I've probably had that already. So that means... Oh, this square's a naked single. That's got to be a 7. Just to complete the column. And in fact, yeah, okay, that's very... It's the same logic along there. I could just write a 6 into the grid. So that's all good, isn't it? It's actually, I feel like it's going okay. And I still haven't really used 2 of the cages, so hopefully they will work some magic for me. It'd be nice if I could resolve this line. Is that a realistic wish? How do we resolve this line? We need to have a 5 or a 7 somehow looking at the world. Where's that coming from? Don't know. Okay. So, I have not really got a good thought for where I should look for my next digit. Let me just stare at this for a second and see if I can see anything remotely hopeful. Yeah, okay, we can do something small, I think, with the fact that in this triple, the 4 has to be on this in this domino. So there's a 4 in one of those 2 squares, but in this triple, there's a 4 in one of these 2 in this domino. So there's only one cell that meets both of those criteria. So we might as well put that in. Now I've got a 1, 2 pair in the bottom row. Oh yeah, hang on, that might be useful. So now I need 4s, 8s and 9s. This square's a naked single. It sees 8 and 9 in the column. So that's a 4 and this is yellow. Probably that's what I should focus on actually, is where yeah, that's yellow now. Yes, this is nice. Okay. Now what we can't put, oh, there was never an opportunity to put another a purple into this cage. But this square is now forced to be a 6. That is getting me a 5, 6 pair at the top of the grid. Is that doing work? That's now, I've now got a 4, 7 pair here, which seems to tell me this is a 5. That's giving me a 5 here, a 7 here, a 7 here. So 7 was red after all this time. And yeah, and 5 was a mixture of blue and green. So we need to remove some of the colours from there. We'll leave it as a mixture because, well, that seems to be a fitting way of treating it. Now those squares have got to be a 1, 2, 4 triple. That's not a 1. And Is there a way now of doing the 4s and 7s somehow? Yes, there's a 4 at the bottom, so there's a 4 and a 7, and that means that's a 7. And now 7 is in one of these two cells. Ooh, that's almost interesting. If you put 7 in the 19 cage, even if you put 8 with it, you've got 4 of latitude there. That might be possible, actually. Although you can't put a 3 in this cage. No, so if there was a 7 here, you'd have to put a 1-2 pair in there, because you couldn't put a 1-3 pair in. And you can't put a 1-2 pair. That's it. Right, so this is not 7. Let me just explain what I'm thinking here. If this is a 7, we have to think about these digits. Now, if this is an 8, we need 4 more, which is a 1-3 pair, but neither of those two squares can be a 3, so it's not an 8. So it would have to be a 9, therefore these digits have to be 1 and 2, and this can't be a 1 or a 2, because it sees a 1 and a 2 in the column. So this square is not 7, and that square is 7. Which does... oh no, I was about to malign 7s unfairly. No, this still... yeah, that's given me another 7. How many... I've done all the 7s out of nowhere. Right, okay, and that square's got to be a 1 or a 2, because we just need to complete this column. So now we know these squares have got to be a 4, 5, 6 triple. And that's not 6, and that's not 5, and that we don't know about. And I still not used the 16 cage, so that's probably the place we need to look. Oh yeah, in fact, look along here. I've got a 1-2 pair and an 8-9 pair. So these two squares are a 4-5 pair, which means that's a 1-2 pair, which means this square, oh, that's probably been available for ages as a naked single, I just didn't notice it. This square is now purple. These squares are a 1-2-4 triple. This square's not the 1. And this square must be the one we have to focus on, is it? This square here is 1, it's not 1, it's 2, 4 or 6, I think. Now, is there a reason? So we need those 3 to add up to 13. But we can't repeat a digit. So if we use a 4 here, that would be 4 plus 5, and then we need another 4, which is not possible. So I don't think this can be a 4. And if this is a 2, I'm never going to get high enough, am I? No, I'm not. So this is a 6. And that's presumably what this cage is doing. So that 6 is giving us a 4 here, 5 here, a 6 here. That's going to put some pressure on the 19 cage. But let's just check here. We need 7 more. So 4 can't go with anything to make 7 more. So this has got to be 5, and that's got to be 2. That gives us a 4 and a 1, and a 2 and a 1. We know the 1 repeats on the line exactly there. Therefore, the 2s go there, the 1 goes here. This is just beautiful. It really is so enjoyable. And it's not, I don't think it is monstrously difficult. It's just elegance, isn't it? This is classic Jovial. It's just absolutely beautiful puzzle setting. Now, I must be, I think, well, I was about to say something that's probably wrong, but I felt like all the 1s and the 2s were going in, so maybe I can do them all. I think I have just done them all. This 5 is giving me a 4 here. Where does 4 go in the middle box? It has to go here. So hopefully this 19 cage will now add up. I've got 11 in it. I need 8 more. And that is rather nice, isn't it? So that means I can double click all of those digits, double click the purples for the 9s, put a 5 in the middle, do the 1s and the 2s in the corner that I forgot to do, and click tick. And that is how to solve a rather wonderful Sudoku puzzle by one of my very favourite constructors. So let's just revisit that quickly. How did we do it? Well, the whole trick, I think, is these curved lines and the way that they interact with their friends in the other boxes. The fact you can't repeat whatever you put on the curved line on the line in the box that they're pointing to. and that actually got us some traction with the 15 cage and the 14 cage. But from there, it really was very clever to find how many digits you could actually place using colouring. So yeah, no doubt I should be, well, I think what we'll do actually, we'll get rid of the colouring for the 5s and the 6s and just leave the 8s and the 9s in, so it looks a bit more like that. There we go. That's chromatically consistent, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. I do enjoy reading them, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition. Cracking the Cryptic.